Listen, bright lights, plenty women.
J Skai, what's happening, man?
What's up, family? What's good, man? Big shout out to Shot Town. I see y'all one time. What's good?
Hey, man.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for
Oh, yes, I hear it.
That's all of the take I got to talk
That's
about.
all it takes.
Up in there. All right, anyway. Well, so how does it feel to be one of Boston's most regarded DJs?
Oh, that's my man.
Feels dope, man. It feels
Okay.
dope, man. You know what I mean? Just like, just a cat from the hood back home in the Bean. And it feels dope, man. Just shit, I done traveled the world, man. And first the motherfucker question to say you in the army. I be like, nope.
You from Boston. What's your favorite basketball team?
Celtics, man.
Nah, man, we got
Come on,
an
man.
issue,
Shout
man.
out to
That's like,
Lakers, baby.
you from Chicago, like, what's the difference?
Right, exactly.
Okay, what's your favorite baseball team?
Red Sox, man.
We got an issue,
He's
man.
Patriots.
You got an issue because he's a fan? What the fuck is his own team?
I'm from the Bean, blood in and blood out, man.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Static
I
Select,
represent.
you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, big shout out to my man Static Selector, man.
You know
Static,
what I
my man.
mean? You know, Ed OG, you
I
know what I'm
Ed around
saying?
the block for me.
Yeah, Roxbury in the
Yeah,
building.
you
no doubt.
02119, baby. I live
Yes,
in the
sir.
Berry, baby. But I breathe through the 02126 and I go through the 02124. You know what I
No
mean?
doubt. Chubby Chub,
I feel like I'm on an intro of a mixtape.
Chubby Chub, all them niggas, man. I ain't gonna front, man. I love Boston, man. Boston is, but I tell people, man, don't sleep on Boston. Them niggas is hard, nigga. They'll bust your ass.
We get it popping in the Bean, B.
Yes, sir.
But I noticed the Celtics wasn't good till they got a couple Shot-Town niggas on the team, like Doc Rivers, Kevin Garnett.
Yeah, well, you know, man. You know, we got the paper in Boston. You know what I mean? So, you know, Doc gonna come through, you know. We welcome it too in Boston. We welcome it.
People acting like they won their first championship when Kevin Garnett showed up.
Right. Yeah, that's right.
Right, you got that whole Larry Bird, huh?
For real, yo, y'all ain't gonna be trying to gang up on me in here, yo.
No.
Nah, that'll just be me.
I got mad love for Boston, man. Boston.
I love Boston. I just don't like the Celtics, man.
Man, I love the Celtics.
Or the Red
man.
Sox.
Well, you've been DJing since '88.
Yeah,
So how do
just
you,
88, yeah.
how do you feel the game changed since then? I know how it changed, but how do you
Drastically, man. Drastically. Like, in terms of like DJing, like nowadays, my personal opinion, like you got all these cats now, as soon as Serato came out or the CDs came out, you got cats like, oh, I'm a DJ. I'm ill. I got 30,000 songs in my computer. I'm like, B, you're not gonna pay 30,000 songs all night.
Believe that.
Like, I remember when you had to go to a party and you just had a crate of records.
Yes,
and it was
sir.
5 DJs.
Yes, sir.
And you was hoping in your mind, like, I hope this motherfucker don't play what I got in my crate.
That's it. That's it. That's it.
And if you do play the shit in your crate, that's when you had to be creative. Like, okay, now I gotta mix the acapella with
That's
this
it.
beat.
That's
I gotta
it.
do this.
That's
I
it.
gotta bust the 45s off the shoebox.
That's
now.
it. That's
You know
it.
what I mean? Like,
That's it.
I gotta do something creative, and it's like there's no more creativity no more. You know what I mean?
Word.
Right.
I feel him on that, though.
That's the issue I have with Jeff. So y'all don't stop hating on us, people like me.
Wow.
Like I downloaded
He has
a
an
DJ equipment on the iPad, and I'm nice at it. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
So like,
Get on.
like like you and Jeff, y'all be hating on us, man. Like,
Come on,
I'm
son.
gonna make it one day.
You
Listen.
know what?
I'm gonna make it.
Come on, son.
You know what? That leads to my next question.
You gonna make it what? You gonna make it at a successful suicide attempt?
I can DJ.
Oh my god.
Anyway, man. So, what do you feel makes a good DJ and mixer?
Knowing your history and knowing where, like, it all began, and just knowing the elements of hip hop. You know what I mean? And knowing the elements of your craft, like knowing your craft. Like, don't just think that you can come up and you can go get your Mac computer and you can go download a shitload of songs and you can just go get you some CD turntables or something and you be like, yo, I'm ill.
It works for me.
And you can just press buttons, you know what I mean? No, you gotta know your craft, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I myself, I don't use nothing but 1200s, man. Like, you know what I mean? I had every CD turntable imaginable, and they all break. Nothing, the 1200 never broke on me.
Man, I got that at the crib, son.
You know what I mean? It never broke, man. Just knowing your craft and just knowing, the history of music, and don't be afraid as a DJ, like, to do things different. Don't be predictable. Like some cats, you know what I mean? Like, if they play a song, you already know, like, okay, you played the Waka Flocka, okay, you're gonna play the Rick Ross right next. Like, be different, be creative, like,
Yeah, you can pull out Alexander O'Neal out your crate. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I got Alexander O'Neal.
See?
Yeah,
Now, you know what? I joke around a lot, though, but I respect the DJing game. And you know what? A lot of people don't know this, but it was the DJ and then the rapper. You know what I'm saying? Like, the DJ was the one that was, like, who made the rapper. You know what I'm saying? That's like when you saw, like, DJ Jazzy Jeff, the Fresh Prince. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man, those are some of the greatest, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Shout out, but y'all want to say this right now and get the record clear. To all you MCs, man. And take this strong to a heart. You ain't shit.
Jesus Christ.
Talk to him. Talk to him, fam.
You know what I mean? Because the DJ's on the record, on the radio, he got to play your record. He in the club, he got to play your record.
Period.
He on the mixtape, he got to play your record.
Period.
You know what I'm saying? When he's doing everything, he got the cookout, he got to play your record.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So you don't show the DJ no love, man, you don't get nothing.
Oh my God. He's preaching.
He is preaching.
Yes, sir.
All praises due.
Yo.
Shout out.
So, hey, you're not nothing without Jeff the illest.
That's right, you ain't nothing without Jeff.
DJ saved my life.
Man, they'll tell you. JP, y'all, listen. I tell them all the time, and I'm glad that you came up here, man, because a lot of these cats out here, like, I teach hip-hop culture. And I tell these kids, it's, for one, what you just said is, without hip-hop, rap, anyway, it was the DJ first. But secondly, I tell young DJs all the time, step out of your box. Get away from the radio station, stop playing the top 10 records. Get out your box. Play some hip hop, play some soul, play some disco, play some house, even play some pop records. You know what I'm saying? Stop playing the same old. That's what's wrong with music right now.
People don't understand, DJs gotta understand now, man, you only got one job, man. Like, you know, I came here to do one thing, man, make you feel good.
That's it.
If you ain't pay your rent, I'm still gonna make you feel good.
That's what's up.
If you broke tonight, you still gonna dance and feel good. You just can't buy no drinks.
Real talk.
So, I mean, DJ, how do you feel about the Boston hip hop scene?
Boston hip. Oh, my bad, Martin.
No, go ahead. Is it where you think it should be, or?
It's coming back to it.
Yeah.
It's coming back to it. For a minute, Boston hip hop scene kind of fell off, in my personal opinion. But now, now it's coming back, man. Now Cats and the Bean are just back to making good records.
Yes.
Like just good records, not just really concentrating on how to be like style with a style. Like you sound like this dude, I'm gonna do this dude. Like dudes back to this thing, like you don't make good records, man.
The one thing I love about Boston is that y'all are Boston. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love Static Selector. I love Rex.
Yeah.
I love
Rex, my man. Shout out to Rex. Man.
I love my man Terminology. You know what I'm saying? They keep it Boston. You know what I'm saying? That's what I loved about Ed O.G. Ed O.G. kept it Boston. The only problem I had, I ain't gonna front. I love the RSO, but Benzino damn near, man. Even though he was dope, like them good records, like the Untouchable record, the Hitman 3 and all them, they was dope, but damn.
I'm gonna say this though, Dog's my man. You know what I mean? Like I came up on the Dog and all of them. You know, shout out to RSO, the 915,
yes, sir.
Corby Street Crew. You know what I mean? All the cats back in the day. Like you know what I mean? Like we came up under them. Like and a lot of people don't understand. Like a lot of stuff started in Boston in terms of even like the Source magazine when it was the hip hop Bible of the world. It started in the Bean. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just you know, Dog is getting back to himself, and everybody got back to themselves. Just back to making good records. You know what I mean? You know, E. Devious. Shout out to Jeff 2 times.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? Like Jeff and them, they still
I love
beats.
Jeff 2 times on the beat, man.
Him
and the Hangman 3, man. Them boys is sick. They kind of underrated on the beat side, man, because they serious.
They've done beats for everybody, man. A lot of people don't even know it. But you know, a lot of cats now. Niggas don't go to the store and buy records no more. So they don't do the simpler thing like read the credits.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, I mean, DJ, am I pronouncing your name right? Saki?
Saki, yep.
Saki. I mean, how was it being the first Boston area DJ to appear on the legendary hip-hop show BET's Rap City?
It was dope because you know why? Everybody said, nah, man, you ain't gonna be able to do that shit. You ain't gonna be able to do that shit, B. They was like, yeah, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. True story, this is how I got on. I looked in the fucking yellow pages. Got his number, called up there, was like, yo man, listen, I'm from Boston, I want to be on the Rap City show. I'm a DJ out here, you know what I'm saying, I DJ for Capadonna. I've been over here doing this, been around the world a couple times, and I'm ill, straight like that. She was like, how many shows you want? 3 or 5. So I'm gonna say to myself, like, this shit really worked. So I was like, yeah, I'll take 3. Boom. She was like, all right, cool. Come next month and you got it. Boom.
Damn.
That was it.
That was, you said the BT in the basement?
Yeah, and people remember, like, back in the day, the basement was on the 2nd floor.
Wow.
Hey, do Big Tigger Mama really go upstairs?
Yeah. You know, it was like a little room, right? They had some stairs, you just walk up,
Yeah.
and just make mad noise coming down to you, like, boom, 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 boom.
Said, does Big Tigger Mama really live upstairs?
I'm gonna act like I didn't hear that.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
So I mean, also too, how was it working? Well, actually, tell us about your, Best of the Bean project, and also, as far as your mixtape, Spit from the Streets,
Oh, yeah,
which was hosted by 50 Cent.
When I first did my very first mixtape, because I never been like a really big mixtape dude, you know what I mean? But my first mixtape I did, it was Spits from the Street. And an old school dude back in the day, my man KT, Killer Tactics, from Boston, he's from Cambridge, you know what I'm saying? He was real big. At the time, he was signed to Interscope. And he was my man. So one day we went to New York. He was like, yo, let's come with me. Went up there, so I was making a mixtape, and we went to the city, and we was chilling. 50 and them was in the studio. This one 50 at first, like, was really dropping, you know what I mean? And we went to the studio, got him. He was like, yo, give me some drops. I gave him some drops. He hosted my mixtape right then and there on some real shit, and just dropped it.
Damn.
It was dope,
Do
yeah.
you think being from the East Coast is a huge advantage for you as far as being a DJ? Because there is a lot of East Coast hip hop artists that are strong to this day, and
That's where it started.
And exactly, that's exactly where it started. So do you feel like it's an advantage for you?
Yeah, it's an advantage. Like, even though I'm from Boston, but I was lucky enough to go to New York and meet some New York cats and really vibe out with some New York dudes and really understand the essence of hip hop. And it's a great advantage, but at the same time, it can be a disadvantage. Because, say for instance, like, I was blessed just to get a chance to lead the East Coast. But you got a lot of brothers who never been out of New York, who's never been out of Boston, who's never even been on the West Coast, even been to the Chi to understand, like, the different styles and the different genres of music that there is.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, real talk. You got a lot of dudes back home, like DJs, for instance, like, they don't know nothing about house music.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like, how you a DJ and you don't know about house music? They be like,
Wow.
shit, I know about this right here.
Oh my goodness.
I have a question too. Like, listening to you, you from the Midwest, it seemed like to me almost like everybody from the East Coast, whether it's New York or.
I was stupid for come out
No, serious. This is a serious question. Like, do you get offended when people say, yo, you sound like you from New York or whatever like that? You know what I'm saying?
I don't get offended. Like, oh, you from New York? And the first thing they're like, yo, where you from? From New York? I'm like, nah, I'm from Boston. They be like, nah, for real, you from New York? And the first thing they be like, yo, y'all got black people in Boston? I'm like, yes, it's a whole bunch of us, actually.
That's a great question though, but I really didn't think it was that many black people in
Oh
Boston.
man, it's a whole lot of us, baby.
Alright, so, we put people on the spot here. What was the craziest thing that ever happened to you in the DJ booth at a party for me? This story is gonna end in a blowjob laugh.
You just say
Yo, and
that.
it's funny you just said, funny you call me say this right now, but I'm gonna come off something for 1 minute. Like, my man just called me this morning, right? From Boston, he DJ'd the club last night. In the booth, he was like, yo, Sock, you never guess what happened. I'm like, what? He's like, yo, this girl came in the booth and got naked last night. I was like, word? I was like, damn, I was trying to DJ with you last night. Put him on in the shot. But the craziest thing that ever happened to me, man, I don't know. It's like, I seen a lot. Like, I done did some hood parties. I done seen a nigga get shot in the club. I'm like, oh shit, he really shot that nigga.
So you back off immediately or you keep spinning like...
I gotta close my door, just like, man, I ain't seen nothing, big.
Wow.
I was DJing the hood party back and I'm like, wow, this shit is crazy.
Shot that nigga.
Yeah,
Wow.
So DJ Saki, with you being well versed as far as going outside of your element, as far as Boston and traveling and getting acquainted with different genres of music outside of the East Coast, like you said, you mentioned house music and things of that sort. How do you feel about the current state of hip hop in Chicago? How would you rate it, or how would you?
dope.
Yeah.
Like you said, Boston never changed. Since I've been out here, the shine never changed.
Wow.
Cats really been on their shy shit, and you come out here and you can always hear real hip hop.
That's it.
Real hip hop. You can always come out here and real hip hop, and it's always a feel good feeling. Like when I hear it.
That was what's up.
That's good.
Alright, top 5 artists, hip hop artists of all time. Alive, stinking, or hologram.
I'm saying, man, hip hop artists of all time. Man. Well, you gotta say, you know, I gotta give credit to the clan, the whole Wu-Tang clan.
Okay.
I'm just gonna conglomerate them as one artist.
Right.
Cause they dope. You know
What's
what
your favorite Wu-Tang song?
Oh shit, man, Cream. Cash rules everything around me.
Yeah. I like it's Incarcerated Scarface.
Man, that was dope. That was off Great One's album, man. That was dope. Every time I used to get mad, I should listen to that song.
Right.
I don't know why. I was like, damn, Incarcerated Scarfaces.
Wow. Alright.
But you said top artist, though, shit, man. You got shit. You know, I was listening to the other day, man. It was dope. Big L. Big shout out to Big L. R.I.P. Big L. I was listening to his old album, some of his drops and his mixtape joint. I was like, yo, this dude was a fucking beast.
Yeah.
Big L, dude, you got Biggie. You can't forget Pac. I mean, you can say those names too. You know what I mean?
Right.
So many dope MC. Carmen. I love Carmen, bro.
Nah,
Yeah.
that's what's up.
That's
Can't
hot.
forget, like, you know, people like the Roots, old boy from the Roots. What's his name?
Black Thought.
Yeah, Black Thought. Like, he's a beast, man.
Yeah.
He's a beast. You know what I mean?
He underrated though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And you know, listening to it too, I was on YouTube and I remember I think it was on the station New York. What was it? Big some shit, I forget. But DMX was on there. Yo,
Wow.
Nigga slept on DMX, B. Yo, he was an DMX is an L artist, B.
His first 2 albums
Best
was like
performance.
ridiculous.
You really listen to him, B. He really be saying
Real
some shit.
talk, man. Jay, I'm gonna tell you, DMX is one of the illest performers in the business.
His live performances.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
man,
Like,
Nobody took
he's one of the few rappers that don't need a hype man. It's just him and the DJ, and that's it.
Yeah.
A lot of niggas out here be on bullshit. They need about 5 niggas with them to keep up with them.
Yo, you know what he needed a hype man too? The show was kind of dope. I was really surprised, but it was really dope. Jeezy.
No hype man?
Yo, he did it like Jeezy did his whole show by himself, just like an hour and some shit.
What?
And went in. I was like, this nigga really got hit.
Jeezy, just him and the DJ.
Just Jeezy and the DJ. His DJ was live body.
Wow, that's hot.
I was like, that's a show. That's hip hop.
That's hip hop.
That's hip hop.
wow.
You know what I'm saying? I kind of challenge artists, man. Do your show with a DJ and just shoot and keep it
See, because
moving.
people understand, like, as a rap artist, you know, my opinion is like, okay, when you making a record and you actually making a record, that's 90% of your lyrics right there. Like, you know, you're making the record right there. So that's 90% of your lyrics, and you go in and, you know, you got to entertain a little bit. But when you're entertaining, now it's 90% of your entertainment coming out, and, like, you know, the lyrics are already there in your mind already. So now you got to work on entertaining the people, because, all right, let's pay $25 to see this motherfucker. What's he going to do?
Right.
He's going to be like, yo, mic check, yo.
So do you feel like hip hop is a way of life?
Definitely. But you know, it's fucked up though. Like, hip hop has changed a little bit. It's not a way of life no more. It's kind of like you can sell somebody a style.
Wow.
That's true.
Yeah.
You can sell somebody a style.
That's so true.
Yeah.
And like the true artists that makes like hip hop their life, those are the ones that don't really get recognized.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, what would you give? What kind of advice would you give, like any new DJ or artist coming up in the game right now?
Number one, study your craft. Don't be afraid to say, like, you know, like, don't be afraid to say, you know, to emulate somebody else, but at the same time, put your style on it and, you know, enhance it. Like, you know what I mean? That's like someone saying, like, that's like me saying, like, yo, I never looked at Funk Flex, you know what I'm saying? I never looked at Kid Capri. I never looked at Jazzy Jeff, how he did a party, you know what I'm saying? Or, you know what I mean? Grandmaster Flash. I never looked and kind of admired them and said, wow, okay, that's how they did it.
Man.
Now I'm going to do this to it and admire this shit and be like, yo, you know, and just keep it going, because
That's
at the end of
awesome.
the day, man, whatever we do is all recycled.
Right.
That's it.
You know what I mean? And it's nothing wrong with being recycled, because shit, from the 80s, we were sampling beats from the 70s and the 60s.
That's it.
So ain't nothing wrong with it, you know what I mean? And at the end of the day, it's our shit.
That's it.
So how we can't recycle it and keep it dope? So don't be afraid, but at the same time, you know, keep it new and fresh. Keep it new and fresh, you know, and tell motherfuckers, you can only shoot a motherfucker on a record so many times.
I feel you on that.
You can only sell so many kilos on a record.
That's it.
Drive so many
You
Maybachs.
can only drive so many Maybachs. You can only fuck so many chicks.
That's it.
Nah, it ain't gonna say all that now.
Yeah.
You get tired after a while. You're like, I need a break, man.
It's so much to be talked about in hip hop music, and I think now when you look at music now, it's in a box.
Yeah.
If you go outside of the box, these label niggas is not fucking with you at all.
Because you know what now the label is like. The label when they like back in the day, they was on some like, yo, we gonna develop you.
Yes, sir.
Man, we gonna help you with your writing. We gonna help you with your producing. Matter of fact, we got a trainer for you to go to the gym. So you can
That's it.
That's it. We got a hair trainer for you. Now they like, listen, you gotta have your shit together.
That's it. All they care about is that bottom line.
Yeah, because you can go to fucking online now and buy you an HD camera and shoot your own video.
That's it.
Yep.
And it's on and popping. So they want something you can go online, buy you a camera. You can fucking. They fucked up when they made Pro Tools. You can have it in your house.
Oh yeah.
So you can have a booth in the closet. Sound like studio. So you got a booth. You got an HD camera. You got some chicks making video.
That's
Your
it.
man popping. So he got a Maserati. So you got
That's
a
it.
video.
And then you got YouTube as your media outlet.
That's it.
You got friends that really sell rocks. You can use some of them props.
That's it. Man, hey, ask Lil B, man. Lil B did it. That dude got an iPhone and did all his videos on the iPhone.
Who did that?
Lil B.
Yep.
Lil B. He did all his videos on the iPhone.
But the only thing about that, though, like I said, the only thing about that, it kind of discrepancy I have, it makes it a lot easier, like with the online presence.
Yeah.
You know, you can go and just, download songs. It makes it easier, but at the same time, it kind of handicaps hip hop.
Yeah.
It handicaps music, period.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't really make you really truly work anymore. It's kind of everything's like in-house.
Yeah.
Like when you making a beat now, motherfuckers don't
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, how you doing, man? I see you.
Oh, I'm sorry. You know, walk through like I'm not supposed to say this. Anyway, my bad, man.
I said hi to her. She was cute. But like I said, you kind of handicap hip hop or just music, period, man. You know what I mean? But at the same time, so but that's what I'm saying though. It handicaps you, but it's not like you can't let that handicap you as a person. Like you still gotta have the trueness in yourself to want to dig deep, to say I'm gonna keep the true element to it. And once artists do that, man, just get back to this making feel good music. Just make feel good music. If motherfuckers get back to that, yo, trust me, it won't be no violence really. Won't be motherfuckers just beefing on records, because like, what you beefing about? All I'm talking about is dancing, having a good time, getting drunk, and looking at these fine ass women in here.
That's it.
So I mean, how has hip hop and DJing changed your life or impacted your life?
Oh man, hip hop's my life. Like, I ain't got no job doing nothing else. It's all I've been doing for the last 20-something years. Like, I can't remember the last time I had a 9 to 5.
That's lovely.
You got any projects you got working on right now?
Speaking of the best of the bean, the CD I was doing, I'm gonna come back out one of those for Boston.
Okay.
Because what happened for a minute, I was getting kind of discouraged with Boston hip hop. But now I'm kind of just sitting back and looking at it. Yo, Boston hip hop is really coming back to full swing.
Okay.
Full swing. Like me personally, I'm liking it again. I mean, as a DJ, you always just a host. It ain't really for me to like it. I gotta play it. I wish people like it.
What's some of the artists we should look out for?
Oh man, Dre Robinson. You got my man. Oh, check this my man out, man. He's a true artist, man. If y'all can Google, his name is Mark Merritt. Mark Merritt. He's a beast from Boston. Then big shout to my man, like Mass Pike Miles. He signed to Maybach Music, the R&B dude.
Yeah, he nice.
He's from the Bean.
He
Nice.
Nice.
That's my man. That's my man. You know what I mean? Then you got my man Skodo. If you listen to Skodo, actually he's Benzino's artist. He just did a song with French Montana. It's a dope song. Skodo, he got something coming out right now. And you got a shitload of Boston artists that's coming out. You got Jake the Snake. You got a lot of artists, man.
Jake the Snake.
Yeah. So just check it out, man. But the best of the bean, that's going to be a compilation, and this is the third one I'm doing. I'm gonna put out the first 2 ones I did already with old Boston artists.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And then I'll put this one out with the new Boston artists coming out. And it's going to be some compilation of all Boston artists, all original material, everything originally produced, no samples, no nothing, like everything's original. Even the artwork is going to be by Boston artists.
Oh damn. Keep your boss.
Yeah, everything. You know what I mean? Because, you know, and that's another thing, too. That's my advice to Chicago, too, to DJs out here, man. Create an outlet for your artists. Because, you know, sometimes it's fucked up that the radio don't want to play the local artists. So now the artists are really fucking mad. Like, ain't no one playing my shit. So it's up to the DJ. So as a DJ out here in Chicago, as DJs, anyone who's listening, play your local artists. Provide an outlet for them so they can have their outlet so people can, you know, hear their stuff. And don't always say like, oh, this is a local artist. Nah, don't be afraid to play it right after another song and someone call you and say, yo, who was that? Oh, he from the shop. Word? Yeah. It's kind of like when you, my personal opinion is like, when you say, yo, this song, the next song I'm going to play is from a local artist from so-and-so, boom, boom, you already dim the light on them.
Yeah.
Versus if you put them in the same category already and just let it flow in together, and it was a good, you know, a good record when you hear it.
Right.
You're gonna let it flow. You're like, oh shit, who was that? But okay, by the way, that was an artist from Chicago.
That's what's up.
Yeah, that's great advice.
That's what's up. But man, so if anyone want to reach you, book you, what's the best way?
Hit me in my Twitter, man, at J Skai.
At J Skai.
J Skai. But I'm about to be old school because I'm tired of all this app shit. You know what I mean? I'm tired of all this app shit, man. I got an iPhone now, man. Like, yo, look, I'm trying to get back to my BlackBerry with the buttons on it, man. Yeah. I'm about to get a beeper. I'm about to get a beeper.
You're missing the button.
My shit is fucked up, but it still works.
Okay, you get the back on it, you're missing the back.
Yeah, the back. My son did that. But I keep my key in my pocket for my end button. I just thing right here for my end button. No, it works though. I put the end button, boom, good.
All right.
I refuse to give T-Mobile any money. I'm not getting no more. So I'm about to go old school and get me a beeper. I'm about to keep a pocket full of quarters and beat me from now on.
$5 a month.
Beat me. Put your number in there and I'm like, yo, I'm gonna call you back in a minute.
I don't think drug dealers carry people. No.
Oh, you'd be surprised. There's a lot of them still carrying.
Yeah, you'll be.
Well, man, I want to thank you again for coming out, man.
Thank you for having me, man. Thank you for having me, J. Davis.
And where you gonna be at this week?
Dope. What shit? Where you want me to be at? I'll do you motherfucker right now.
Oh shit.
Oh, what?
What you got in that computer over there?
We got plenty of, I got plenty of jams, nigga.
Shabba, let's go. We go right now. I ain't got nothing to do. I ain't got work in the morning. I ain't got work tonight. Yo, Rick, where we going?
We going shit.
Big shout to my Rich, my man Rick Shea over there, man.
What's up, man?
What's up with it? We at the Buddha tonight.
With the Buddha?
Funky Buddha Lounge.
Buddha? What's called the Funky Buddha Lounge?
Yes, sir.
I guess we're gonna meet the Funky Buddha Lounge.
Yeah. We at the show tomorrow.
Oh yeah, we got the show tomorrow too. We doing. Where's that at again?
It's at Bobby McGee's.
Bobby McGee's.
That's in Forest Park, right?
Chicago Ridge.
Chicago Ridge.
Kind of off then, but anyway, we gonna take a quick break,
right.
And we gonna come back to more of the J Davis Show.
Peace.
We don't need no patrol here. Listen. Bright lights, pretty women.
But I'm writing one for you. What's up? This your girl Jamisha Trice, and I'm listening to the J Davis Show every Saturday from 2 to 4. J Davis, you nasty.